Hey guys, it is Tel from Oshawa Bushcraft. It is still January 2nd, 2016. We're outside of Newtonville today and I'm shooting part 4 in our series of videos on the Canadian 82 pattern rucksack. Now if you guys watched parts 1 through 3, you watched me go through all of the components of the pack, and then we assembled the pack, and then we loaded it out to give you this. This is an 82 pattern pack as a soldier would have been issued to it and how they would have carried it. Minus this, don't pay attention to that. Now, this is my pack that has been repaired and modified and hacked and improved upon over the years to make it more practical for bushcraft use. What we're going to go over today is some of those repairs and some of those hacks and upgrades and things that you might want to consider doing to your pack. So we're going to start at the easy stuff and we're going to work up to the more complicated, fancier stuff. So stick around. Alright guys, the first mod you have to do, it is mandatory. Come on in here. The main flap on this pack that you get into constantly is held shut with Fastex style ladder buckles, which means every time you want to go into the pack, you have to undo this strap completely to get into it. And then when you're done, oh, I gotta close it back up. I gotta close this up. In the cold weather with gloves on, this can be a pain. It's even harder to do in the dark. You spend a good chunk of your life doing this buckle up and undoing it. The first thing you do, cut these off of here, go to your local surplus store, buy the Condor buckle replacement pack, and put some regular 1-inch Fastex buckles on. It's mandatory. While you're at the surplus store buying the pack, buy the buckles. Trust me on this. Alright guys, second mod, also pretty much mandatory. Paracord carry handle. Excellent for getting it in and out of vehicles, for moving it around camp, or for hanging it up on trees, or on a tripod, like we're doing here. Again, Google Alice Pack Paracord carry handle. Lots of tutorials out there on how to do it. Alright guys, in the front of these we have both some crazy mods to show you and some packing tips. So to start with, you guys remember these load securement straps that hold the load down to the frame? They make a great place to store a little bit of equipment. You could put a small tarp or like a camera tripod, or in this case I have my US GI poncho strapped up here. Alright guys, this last one I got for you is like next level generation hacking. Off of the Bushcraft USA forums, I saw lots of guys modding Alice packs to put the shoulder straps and the hip belt off of US Molly 2 rucksack, and I managed to get my hands on some, which are not easy to get up here, and I modded them to my 82 pattern pack. Check it out. These are the shoulder straps, and it mounts right up to the frame just like it should on a Molly pack, and the waist belt. And I love this mod. This makes it a whole different ballgame. Just a side note, you guys recall when we were talking about the shoulder straps in an earlier video, we were saying to make sure these combat breakaway latches are here and they aren't missing. When I bought my Molly straps, of course, the latches off of this were missing. So I had to hack this up and just put a ladder buckle here. Not a hard fix, it took me half an hour, but it was still something I had to fix I shouldn't have. This pack, this waist belt is way more supportive, and it's padded and it's awesome, and it gives you some Molly on both sides so you can add a pouch. In this case I have my first aid kit and a canteen carrier on here. And the Molly shoulder straps leave you a little bit of a gap with your suspension between the front of the pack and the frame, or the frame and the back of the shoulder straps. This leaves me enough room to stow. Here I got two 21-inch saw blades clipped in the back, and they stay in there no problem. You could also fit a machete, or I've carried my BK9 zip tied in the back of the frame here with the handle sticking up, and it does work. So while we're on the topic of waist belts, these are not easy to find up here, the shoulder straps, but the waist belts aren't too bad, and they're pretty popular. You might be able to get your hands on one of them, and I think that's actually a more important upgrade than the shoulder straps. If you guys remember back in the earlier videos, as we were looking at this frame, it is just a big aluminum section of wire frame. It gives you all sorts of options for mounting waist belts onto this. And I do recommend a nice padded waist belt is a good upgrade to have. It's probably after the buckles and the handle, that's probably your next step. This isn't really special to these packs in particular, but the nature of old military equipment is you're going to be repairing it. Mend to seam. Replace zipper. Mend to seam. Mend to seam. Mend to seam. Mend to seam. Replace whole strap. Alright guys, this isn't a modification, but more like a tip or a trick. Come on in. This is my Nepalese made kukri stuck in one of the ski carriers. It's a good place to keep it, and you can still get at it. Same idea. This is a Ontario Machete, just like the one issued by the Army. Also fits into the ski carrier. If you're not carrying it there, on an alternative spot, slide it in between the sleeping bag carrier and the main pack. You can still pull it out if you're careful and use it, put it back in, and it's out of the way there. All right, guys, now, over and over again, you've heard me say that one of the best parts of this pack is this sleeping bag carrier, or valise as it was called. Not only is this a huge semi-waterproof nylon bag that you could carry all sorts of stuff in, but the way it mounts on here is just 2 utility straps. So if you didn't want to use this, like today I don't need to carry enough gear to justify carrying this, you could strap whatever you want on here. Like over here, I have a wool blanket and a bear flare. You know, my wool blanket is my emergency overnight sleeping gear. I don't need to carry a full sleep system on a day hike, but it's also a multi-use item. I could use it for all sorts of things. But if I wasn't carrying this, I could put any aftermarket dry bag on here, strap it to the bottom and carry that. You could carry my camera tripod, a folding chair, a small tripod chair, any number of bundles or bags will fit on here, which is the uber modular part of this pack. Another good point to add here is, remember I said these straps were not particularly good? If you get a chance to, replace these. Find an equally sized 1-inch or 2-inch strap with steel or aluminum buckles and replace this with straps you could not break. If you go to a surplus store and you find somebody older working there, he might know what an A7A strap is. They were a 2-inch strap with aluminum buckles. They were CF issue. They're excellent if you can get your hands on them. What I've got going on here is actually just a 1-inch canvas strap I made with ring buckles. And I left it extra long so I could put a bigger load on. And I know I can't break these. They're a good upgrade to have. All right, guys, this has been hopefully our last installment in our series on the 82 pattern rucksack. What we covered today was selecting and identifying the parts of the pack, how to assemble a pack, how to load out a pack, and that was all this exact pack, like just now. And then we did tips, tricks, mods, and hacks, and how to practically use the pack in the field, and like some ideas and some suggestions. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been probably our most requested and commented topic in the last 2 years. If you guys have any information you think I left out of this one and you want to add it in, please post it in the comments of this video. If you have any pictures or videos or discussion you want to do on hacking other packs or other camping equipment, please jump in the Oshawa Bushcraft Facebook group. We love that kind of stuff. We're talking about it all the time. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And until next time, appreciate the people in your life. You don't know who will be gone tomorrow.